In this video, I'm going over the key steps in developing a video strategy, from developing goals and objectives to understanding who the video is for and how to measure its performance. You'll learn a simple yet effective strategy for your next video to help it achieve its greatest impact for your business. That's coming right up. Hi everyone, I'm Carl. Welcome to Next Level Video Marketing, a channel providing you the latest strategies and tips to help you accomplish your business and marketing goals through video. So do you ever wonder why your previous videos didn't produce the results you were expecting, even though you spent a lot of time, money, and energy on them? Or worse, maybe you don't even know how they performed at all. Maybe you just threw it up on YouTube, threw it up on a couple social channels, maybe even threw some ad dollars behind it. By creating a strategy, you'll know exactly what your video is intending to do, who it's for, and if it actually worked. Before you create your next video or even have somebody create your video, take the time to actually develop a video strategy, and let's go over some of the key steps. So the number one step in creating a video strategy is understanding what the video is intended to do. What's the goals and objectives of the video? Is it a sales video that you're trying to sell your product or your service? Is it a brand awareness video, one where you're trying to raise the awareness of your company, your brand, maybe your culture, the people in your organization, your products, your services? Is it a lead generation video, one where you're trying to collect information so you can market to your audience down the road? Is it a communication video, one where you're trying to convey information to your target audience? If your company has a sales and marketing funnel, by going over the objectives and goals of the video, you'll be able to know where that video fits in that funnel. For example, top of funnel videos could include awareness or how-to videos. Middle of funnel videos could include comparisons between your products and services and your competitors. And bottom of funnel videos can include case studies and testimonials. You could also be building advocacy type videos where you're trying to create advocates and evangelists for your brand or your business. Another thing to consider is buyer's journey or path. Where does this video fit in that buyer's journey? Which actually leads us into the second step for creating a video strategy: understanding your target audience. So who are you targeting with your video? Have you done any research on your target audience? Maybe done some persona research, ideal buyers? If not, check out the description below because I've got some great links to help you get started. Some things to look for when researching your target audience could include their demographics, such as their position title, the company they work for, maybe their age range, maybe the company size. It could include things like psychographics. What are their motivations for buying or looking for a product similar to yours? It could include problems or questions they have. You can create videos to answer those problems. Another thing to look for is how do they consume content and where do they go? This could help you determine where to publish your videos. Do you have multiple audiences? For example, let's say you're a B2B software company and your target audience is IT professionals. Maybe your secondary audience is HR professionals to actually implement the product that you're actually selling. By developing goals and objectives for your video and researching, really understanding who it's for, you can take the next step in developing your video strategy. What type of video are you going to be creating? You can also tie it back to the sales and marketing funnel or buyer's journey that your company already has. You can also look at the gaps that your previous videos didn't cover and maybe this video can address. There's obviously so many different types of videos that you can create, such as product videos, demos, case studies, interviews, but it all relates back to what your goals and objectives are. And if you're finding the tips and strategies in this video helpful, would much appreciate you hitting that like button. So the fourth step in developing your video strategy is promotion and distribution. How are you going to promote, distribute, and syndicate your video? It doesn't matter how good your video is or how great the information is in it if no one ever watches it. So I deep dive into distribution information because I believe it's just as important as creating the video itself, and you can check out that video here and in the description below. So here's some tips for promoting, distributing, and syndicating your video. The first one is networks. Do you have any personal company networks that you can share this video to that they can amplify and share maybe on their social channels? Do you work with any influencers that can also share this video? And also remember to share your video with anybody who actually participated in the video itself. Another place to share your video, which sometimes gets overlooked, is your website. Make sure to share it or embed it on the pages that are relevant. Another obvious place to share it is your social channels. But before you do, make sure to get a thumbnail and captions. And you also might want to ask your videographer to actually resize the video to meet the specific formats. For example, Instagram stories requires vertical. A regular Instagram post requires 4x5 or a square type video. So make sure you keep that in mind before you share. Another thing to consider is tailoring your post for each social channel, because how people consume content on each social channel is different. So some obvious places to share for social includes your Facebook page, your Twitter page, your LinkedIn page, your YouTube channel. For YouTube, remember that it's a search engine, so you may have to optimize your titles, your tags, learn about the nuances of actual YouTube SEO before you share it. Some non-obvious places to share your video include Medium, Quora, or even forums. For Medium, that's one of my favorite places to share content and even video, is because you can actually embed YouTube videos directly into Medium, and Google actually ranks Medium articles. After you post your video on YouTube, embed that YouTube video to a Medium post, put a little description underneath, and post. Quora is another great place to share your video on because it's essentially a question and answer site. So remember how we talked about understanding the problems and the questions of your target audience in the second step of creating a video strategy? Well, this is a great place to find questions that your potential customers could have and answer them with your video. Another great place to share your videos is forums. Go into Google, type in your industry or the topic of your video plus forum, and you can find some of your industry's forums, and it's another great place to share your video. With organic reach declining in a lot of the social channels, some things that you may have to do to expand the reach of your video is actually creating paid promotion. So things like boosting your video on Facebook, or creating campaigns on Instagram or Instagram stories, on LinkedIn, and even on YouTube. An advanced tip would be to set the campaign objectives for your paid promotion to views. The reason being, the social channels will then optimize and reach the people who are more likely to view the video. The second big point is that you can retarget of all the people who watched that video and retarget them back to your product pages, your website, and so on. Another great way to promote your video is to repurpose them, because not everybody consumes content by watching a video. They also consume content by listening and by reading. Could you potentially take the audio from your video and turn it into a podcast? Can you take the transcripts of your video, especially if it has dialogue or a voiceover, and turn that into a blog post and post that on your website? Now you can cover your bases for all the people who might not watch a video, but may actually read or listen to content. I believe the promotion and distribution of your video is just as important as the creation of the video itself, because your whole goal is to reach your audience with the message that you want to deliver. And if no one ever watches that video, then the whole process becomes useless. The fifth step in developing a video strategy is coming up with a budget and resources plan. Do you know who's actually going to shoot the video? Who's going to edit the video? Who's going to promote and syndicate the video? Are you going to do it yourself? Are you going to hire an agency or a videographer to do it? Are you going to do a combination of both? How much time and money are you going to dedicate to actually promoting this video? These are the questions you need to answer when creating your budget and resourcing plan, because it doesn't matter the goals you set, the audience research you do, the type of video you're shooting, or even the promotion you've laid out for the video. You need to make sure you have the resources and the budget in place to make this video happen. So the sixth step in developing a video strategy is measurement. How do you know your video was effective, got the results you were looking for, and how is it tied directly back to the objectives and to the goals you already set? One question you have to answer is, do you actually have the capability to track the video results to the business goals that you have, whether that's leads, sales, or revenue? Some key performance indicators for videos that you should be tracking are views, watch time, audience retention, duration, and it all depends on the different channels that you're looking to track. Whether you have a video hosting platform like Wistia, where you can track the engagement for the entire video, you're looking at YouTube, where you look at watch time and audience retention. And each of these channels has their own way to track videos. So for example, Facebook tracks views as 3 seconds, while YouTube tracks views as 30 seconds. These are good things to keep in mind when reporting back on the key performance of your videos on these channels. So for measuring your video, make sure you can tie back the results to the goals and objectives that you originally set for the video. The final step in creating a video strategy is the timeline. Do you know how long it will take to create a video from pre-production all the way to promotion? Make sure to set timelines and give yourself time in each section so that you can review the process with all the people who are working on this video. That way you can ensure the video is on time, on budget, and what you expect. Let's recap the steps of an effective video strategy. The first is developing goals and objectives. The second is to research and really understand your target audience. The third is knowing what type of video you're going to be producing based on the first and second steps. The fourth step is having a promotion and distribution plan. The fifth step is having a budget and resourcing plan. The sixth is measuring the effectiveness of your video. And finally, the seventh step is developing a timeline. I actually created a framework where you can take all these 7 steps and apply it to your next video project, and you can see that in the link in the description below. So if you found this video helpful and you want to keep getting the latest strategies and tips on how to make the greatest impact with your video, hit the subscription button below, hit the little notification bell so you don't miss anything. So if you want to know more about promoting, distributing, and syndicating your videos, check out this video here, as well as this video that YouTube thinks you should be watching. Thank you, and I'll see you in our next video.